Babysitting Xavier. Alright, fine. Yeah, caught me. I'm babysitting the Antichrist. Look, I'd really prefer we didn't do this right now. If you had any idea how stressful this job actually was, you'd leave me alone out of sheer pity. And what's that? What do you mean? How did I get started? How does anyone get started? Ugh. Oh my god, fine. You're twisting my arm, but if you insist, I tell you I guess it started as any other babysitting gig. Istini, I had been pinning flyers up all around town, just trying to earn some extra money wherever I could. I got a couple of offers, which I took, thank you very much, but none of them paid well enough for me to stay. I'd almost given up and moved on when I got a letter in the mail. It read as follows. Dearest Samantha, we've noticed your advertisements around town and would be utterly thrilled if you tended to our little boy for a few nights. You may stay in the guest bedroom. The fridge is stocked with snacks and beverages, and Xavier knows what he can and cannot have. We will pay you $300 a day, along with an additional $600 once we return in exchange for your services. Please do get back to us promptly, as we are very busy people. Best regards, the Stricklands. The letter included their address along with a date and time to meet, as well as a number to call. Look, I don't know if you've ever been strapped for cash before, but $300 a day was more than enough to have me interested, as is the case with anyone. Like, come on, plus an additional $600. I was blinded, right. Part of myself screamed, desperately clawing at my subconscious to throw the letter in the trash and forget it ever existed. But I didn't. I couldn't. Instead, I called the number. It rang 6 times before a joyful female voice picked up, chirping, Meredith Strickland, how may I help you? As if it were some kind of customer service call. Yeah, hi. You guys reached out to me about babysitting a little boy named Xavier. I hope I have the right number. The lady on the other end of the line sang delightedly, Samantha, how are you doing today, girl? So what you think? Did you like our offer? I thought for a moment before responding confidently with, who wouldn't? Not the kind of income I'm used to, so I'd be more than happy to help you guys out. Terrific. Now look, my husband and I will be headed down south next Monday, and we'll be out of town until the Monday after that. All we ask is that you pack for the occasion, arrive on time, and under no circumstances is another person allowed under our roof, got it? Assuming she meant a boyfriend, I sort of chuckled before babbling. Oh no, I can assure you, ma'am, I'm professional at everything I do. Perfect. That's what I like to hear, Sammy. Hey, listen, I gotta go, okay? Be here at 8 a.m. Sharp next Monday, all right? Yep, got it? All right, girl. You have a blessed day for me. Ciao wow. I hung up the phone and lay in bed thinking about what could possibly be in store for me. I drifted off into sleep, counting $100 bills instead of sheep. The weekend went by, and by Sunday afternoon, I had a full week's worth of clothes stuffed in my backpack. Monday morning, I set off to the house, and believe me, that drive was not easy. The GPS told me it was 48 minutes away, but I swear to God, I left at 6 and still barely made it before 8. That city traffic is nuts. This house wasn't in the city, though. Nope. This house was way out in the flip-flopping woods, just begging to be accidentally driven past 20 times. Sorry. Let me digress. There was a gate blocking the driveway with one of those buttons you push to let the homeowner know of your arrival. So I pushed that button and static erupted from the speaker for about 10 seconds before the gate slowly crept open, allowing me to drive through. As I entered, I noticed lines of statues along both sides of the driveway. They appeared to be nuns, all with their heads bowed and their right arms crossed over their chests. Creepy as hell, huh? And that's just the driveway. I arrive at the front of the house and notice something. My car's the only car here. Nowhere in sight are the supercars and SUVs that I'd assume would be decorating the driveway of a home like this. I mean, wow WW 10-foot-high stained glass windows, mahogany wood everywhere, stone walkways, a koi pond for Christ's sake. Yet, no cars. So I get out of my car, and I'm trying to call Meredith. Straight to voicemail every time. I'm standing there, pacing, when I notice something on the front door. I walk up and, what do you know, it's a note. Eat sour-fied, Sammy OMG. I'm sour-fied, but we had to run. The key's under the mat. Feel free to let yourself in. Xavier should be taking his nap, so I'd be quiet if I were you. Essie, a Monday. Shell. Below the note was a crudely drawn arrow pointing down at the welcome mat I stood upon. You're joking. I sighed. Retrieving the key, I couldn't help but feel as though I was being watched. I kinda stood in place for a second, just listening. Out of the corner of my eye, I swear, I saw the statues turning to face me. However, when I looked up to confront them, they were all as they had been, heads bowed, arms crossed. I pushed the door open and stepped into the giant house. The floor creaked as I walked, and the sound echoed off the hardwood and stone. Other than the sound of my own footsteps, the entire house was silent. I walked around, admiring the scenery. Must be nice, I thought to myself. As I continued through the home, I noticed dozens of portraits of what I assumed to be Xavier. He was this scrawny little 6-year-old with dirty blonde hair and freckles. Look, I'm just going to be honest here. He didn't seem like much. Just a regular old, nerdy little kid. Something bizarre that I should note is that amongst the dozens of portraits, not a single one showed Xavier's parents. This is when it really hit me. I don't even know what these people look like, yet here I am, staying in their home for a week straight. I'd never felt like such an idiot. I was here now, though. What are you going to do, right? As I stood there, wallowing in my own stupidity, I got that sense of being watched again. I looked to my right to find Xavier, peeking his head cartoonishly from around a corner, hatefully glaring at me. With a bit of a jump, I shouted, "Fuck KID," before immediately regretting my words and clasping a hand over my mouth. He just laughed, a glitching, stuttering laugh, before coldly gliding over to the television and turning on Sesame Street and plopping down on the recliner. I didn't see him blink. I went stewed, not once. And what you say? Stop here. Come on, man. I just started. Whatever. I guess I'll just see you guys tomorrow then.